Hi everyone! Today, as you can see, I am gonna make a video which is gonna be me rating all Elden Ring bosses. So I hope you enjoy this video. Also, I'm not used to filming myself, so I hope it's okay. Before I start, I wanted to say that firstly I'm gonna make a separate video for my top 10 bosses, my top 5 favorite and also my top 5 least favorite bosses, because otherwise it's just too long because I can't talk about those bosses for so long. Okay, and secondly, I'm gonna rate all other bosses from 1 being the weakest to 10 being the best, and also 5 is gonna be my neutral point. So 5 is not too bad, 5 is absolute indifference towards the boss. Okay, so also I'm gonna rate the bosses by their design and their overall vibe as well. That's very important for me subconsciously. Also the arena and the music and everything. And also I'm gonna try to be as neutral as possible. Like, some people are so salty about bosses. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video, and also maybe you can test yourself. Like, I'm gonna try to think that I have to leave out all of my top bosses, so you can also test yourself how many bosses you remember that I leave out. It's gonna be 10 of them. So now I'm gonna start with the rating, and first we're gonna have the Soldier of Godric in the tutorial cave. Yeah, I'm gonna include him as well. He's gonna get a 6 or 6.5. 6.5. I like the knights in general. Then we have the Tree Sentinel. I'm gonna put bosses of the same category, like when you have several bosses in the game, I'm gonna put them all together unless they are special. So as far as the Tree Sentinel goes, the first you encounter in Limgrave, I think it's very cool that like immediately when you step out you encounter this boss. I like his design, I like his music. Yeah, he's a solid first boss. I think he can be pretty overrated in terms of difficulty when you fight him on foot, but I think as soon as you get Tauren, he's completely easy. But yeah, as far as his boss fight itself is concerned, I'm gonna give him a 7. Next up we have the dragons. First we have Agil. I remember my first fight with Agil, like with Akno, my first character. Very epic fight. His design is pretty basic, could be a little bit like, I mean, dragons, you can do so much with the dragon design, but all in all he's pretty cool. I love his moveset. Also personally, I like fighting him both on a horse and also when we're close we're gonna get on foot. I think some people solely fight dragons on horse. Yeah, so all in all for the dragons, I'm gonna give the dragons 7.5. Not including the special dragons, just the regular dragons with the regular moveset. But I have to say my favorite dragon out of the regular dragons is Ecdicus in Caelid, because he always gives you a good fight. I just find his fight pretty cool. Also, like, I also tend to fight him solely on the horse because he's pretty tough, especially his Scarlet Rot Cloud can build up so quickly. So yeah, for Exicus specifically, I'm gonna give him, I think I gave the regular dragon 7.5, so I'm gonna give Exicus an 8. Okay, so next up we have the Watchdogs. I'm gonna put them all together. I like their design. They remind me of like their Egyptian style. I like that they're automatic, like their moveset. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I like their aura overall, like the vibe they give off. I'm gonna give them a 7.5. Yeah. Then we have the Stone Digger Troll. Yeah, pretty cool boss as well. Yeah, I like fighting him also because he's so easy. But yeah, I enjoy fighting trolls, so I'm gonna give him a 7. I think he's not special enough to get more, but I like his fight. Then we have the Beastmen of Farum Azula, nothing too special either. I'm gonna give him, I think it's only one, I'm gonna give him a 6.5. Then we have the Demi-Humans in the Cave, 4-box questline. Pretty messy fight, I don't like it too much honestly. Like when you come there under leveled, they can be pretty tough. Also not too special either. I would give them a 6, which is still good because it's above 5. Then we gonna rate the bell-bearing hunters, like all of them together as a group. I'm pretty divided on those. Actually, I never ever encountered a bell-bearing hunter with Akno. The first time I encountered one was with my second character AV in the Church of Vows, and suddenly Muriel was gone and then this boss pops up, so it was pretty surprising, pretty cool. I like his aura overall. I'm not a big fan of fighting him because he can be pretty tough. Pretty hard to rate. I'm gonna give him a I don't know, I'm gonna give him a 7. Actually, I don't enjoy fighting him so much, but like his aura is so cool, so I'm gonna give him a 7. Then we have the Grave Warden Duelist. Nothing to say about him actually. I like him overall. I like fighting him. Not too easy, not too difficult, cool design. I would give him a 7. But I think I both gave them a 7, but I would definitely prefer fighting the duelist instead of the bell-bearing hunters. Then we have the Mad Pumpkinhead. I don't know, they're like, especially aesthetic wise, they're not my favorites, and moveset wise neither, so I'm gonna give them a 6. Then we have the first Crucible Knight in the game. Everyone's favorite. Yeah, but actually I like the Crucible Knights. I love their aura. Also, they're big on the aura scale as well. Especially the Odoris type of Crucible Knights. I love their helmets. I love that they change their moveset when they get to half health. Yeah, pretty cool. Also, I personally don't like parrying and waiting just for the right moment. I prefer dodging and hitting, so you always have to stay focused when fighting them. And they always have the aura, especially also the one in Stormwhale, which is not a boss but also super cool aura, like when you have this scenery with Stormwhale Castle, pretty cool. Big fan of the Crucible Knights. I'm gonna give them, although they kick my ass, but I just like them as a boss and the aura especially. I cannot repeat, like aura is for me so important. I'm gonna give them an 8. Okay, next up we have Darrowil for also like Blythe's quest. I like him as well. I do not like that he's silent when Blythe addresses him. I know that he's not himself anymore, but I don't know, I just find it a little bit off. I don't know, I wish he had more personality. But he gives a good fight. I like the pace of the fight as well. I would give him a 7. Oh yeah, then we have the Knights Cavalry. I'm also gonna put them all in one category. Also the double fight in the Consecrated Snowfield. Also, I'm a very big fan of the Knight Cavalry. They're also very high on my aura list. They're super cool. I remember the first time seeing them from afar, I could already see, okay, that dude is gonna kick my ass. Especially I love the hooded horses. They look so badass. I love the horse. I like their helmets. I don't know how people fight them. I prefer fighting them on horse because it's just easier. I should try fighting them entirely on foot. I have no idea how difficult it is, honestly. But yeah, all in all, especially the first one has a bigger aura, like the ones in Snowfield. I don't know, there's just too many people around. They don't have as a big aura as the one that you fight in Limgrave, for example. So when they're alone, they always have like a bigger ambience, better ambience to them. Yeah, and also the music is super majestic. I love the music. They're super, like the design, nothing to complain about. So I would give them 8.5. So next we have the Black Knife Assassin in the Death Touch Catacombs. I don't remember that one, but I think you fight several assassins, because just yesterday I was with my third character in the Black Blade Catacombs, so there are several assassins. So I'm gonna put them all together as well. I love the assassins as well. I'm a big fan of them. I love their design. I also love that you get their garb, and I love that they are silent. I love their blade. I love their movements as well, and that they're aggressive and sometimes they don't leave you much room to heal. Also their black how is it called, black flame attacks, also pretty cool. Like, yeah, I just love everything about them. So I don't like when people, of course everyone can play the way they want, but I don't like when people just destroy them and perma-stagger them. There's so much to their fight, it's so fun. Also super good pace of the fight. I'm gonna give them 8.5. So next we have the group of the TBM Mariners. Yeah, honestly I never died to them. They could be tougher. Also speaking about the death theme, they could have higher aura as well, and also that they kill their own skellies with their waves, just hilarious. Like, they're super hilarious, yeah. And I wish they would be more threatening to you and like more sinister. So yeah, there's nothing too special about them. I like fighting them, but they could be a little bit tougher. So I'm gonna give them a 7. Next up we have, the list keeps escaping, the Ulcerated Tree Spirits. I like them as well. I like everything. Yeah, I like the design, also the pace of the fight, and their moveset is pretty cool. Yeah, just a very fair boss fight. Yeah, I just really enjoy fighting them. There's nothing else to say about them. I'm gonna give them 7.5. Then we have the group of the Deathbirds. I also like fighting them. I also like their design, especially the skull head is pretty cool. I love that they have different attacks like frostbite and deathblight and everything, and also that you have to stay super focused when they're in the second phase, because their AoE is pretty tough. Because you have to recognize it on time, and this also, like, the floor is full of black flame and stuff, so it's pretty tough as well. And also the Deathbird in Caelid is something else. But yeah, they always give a good fight. I'm gonna give them 7.5 at least. Then we have as boss the Guardian Golem in the High Road Cave. That's where you get the blue dancer talisman. Yeah, nothing too special about them. I would give him a 7, but yeah, honestly it could be more special being a boss. So yeah, I'm gonna give him 6.5. Okay. Next up we have Patches. Yeah, I never kept attacking Patches when he gave up. Yeah, Patches, you know. I'm gonna give him a 7. Okay. So now we are in Stormwale Castle, and it's time to talk about Margit. I'm a big fan of Margit. Oh my god. Yeah, I love Margit. I love everything about Margit. I love that he accompanies you throughout the game in several places. Also, Foul Tarnished is such a classic. I think he's so cute and I love him. I love his design. I love his moveset. I also like that he has a second phase where he gets the hammer. And also when he throws his glowing shit is so cool. And that he talks throughout the fight is so cool, and when he defeats you and stuff is super cool. I just love Margit. I'm gonna give him a 9. So yeah, now we have, let's see, that's not a boss though here. Crucible Knight, Lion Guardian's not a boss. Oh, and we have Forgotten the Grafted Skyan. I think that's the boss in the beginning. Yeah, I love fighting them too. Cool moveset, cool design. I also watched Sully the Witch video on the Grafted Skyan. Gonna give them 7.5. But now we are at Godric the Grafted. Also, I like his fight, especially like I have 3 characters now, and I think the first time fighting him was not too special, but now with my 3rd character, like the more I fight him, the more I like him. Also, his boss music is epic. The only critique that I would have is his aura, because grafting is so cruel and Godric is more of a maniac, but I think I would be interested in seeing him like more on the sinister side. I like sinister, tough bosses, so he's more crazy. But yeah, I like his fight overall. Very solid fight for the first Shardbearer, so I'm gonna give him 8.5. I'm back there. I had a little cut because the memory card was already full because I had to get the old camera from my dad. So sorry about that. We're gonna go on with the bosses now. And we are in the Weeping Peninsula now, and we have a rune bear in a cave as a boss. And I gotta agree with the community, I don't like rune bears either. This boss isn't too bad, and of course they are supposed to be tough and mean, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of the rune bear, so I'm gonna give a 5.5 to this boss here. Then we have the Scaly Misbegotten in the Morn Tunnel as single enemy. I'm gonna give a 6. Not much to say about them. Then we have the Cemetery Shade. I think you also encounter them several times in the game. I don't think I've covered them already. Yeah, when you're pretty low level they can be tough, because they can also stagger you easily and they have blood buildup. Yeah, they're pretty cool, but they could be like better overall in their aura and also in their design, but all in all it's a cool boss. I would give 6.5. Then we have Ancient Hero of Samor. I am a big fan of them as well. I think they're pretty cool. I love their movesets, and also the way they buff their sword, and just yeah, generally the moveset is really like a little dance, really cute. I like it a lot. Also their armor's pretty lovely. I would give a 7.5. Then I don't think, actually I'm not sure if I covered the Erdtree avatars yet. I hope I didn't. So yeah, You encounter several Earth Tree avatars throughout the game, and all in all, I love fighting them, except for the one in Alpha L, because yeah, you don't have much room to fight, and like I think with Akno we got into the room and we couldn't get out. Like we didn't want to cheese them or anything, but like we couldn't get out and he was just spamming his golden shit there, so that sucked a little bit. Also, I think it's cool that they have several types of attacks, like there's one in Calith with Scarlet Rod and such. That's pretty cool. And I think they are supposed to remind you of Dark Souls boss, but as I'm not knowledgeable about Dark Souls at all, I don't know, but I heard that. But yeah, still I have to say they could be a little bit, I don't know, I think they could have improved their design a little bit or make them a little bit different, because there are so many different avatars. They could have done a little bit better, or like made a little bit yeah, different designs for the different avatars. But yeah, all in all I like fighting them, and I would give another 7. Okay. Now we got my friend. Oh my god, the Leonine Misbegotten in Castle Morn. Oh my god. Oh man, I don't know what it is about this guy, but I'm so scared. I'm so scared of him. Oh my god, I don't know what it is. So yeah, he's also big on the aura list as well. Just that face and this aggressiveness is, I don't know, he scares me. Especially, I think I made a let's play of it when Akna went to the unsightly catacombs with the parfumer lady and the lion together. Like we had so many runs back and I just couldn't remember the way back to the boss, and they were just kicking our ass. I don't know what it is about this guy. The only time he's easy is really when he's together with the Crucible Knight in Redmane. Then it's really easy to finish him off before you have to fight the Crucible Knight. But all in all, like every time I see this guy, I'm so scared. And yeah, he's pretty aggressive too, which I like. I would give him a 7.5. Oh my god, yeah, he's iconic, definitely. Okay, then we have Miranda the Blighted Bloom. I'm gonna give a 6. Okay, we arrived in Liurnia. And they listed the Grafted Sky in here, okay. Then we have Clean Rod Knight in Stillwater Cave. Don't know if he's alone. I think there's one where you fight him alone, and then there's another cave where you fight 2 of them. Yeah, pretty cool. Also the ones in Alpha L, they're pretty cool. I love their design. I love the golden attacks. I love their swords. They can be pretty tough, especially when you're not a strength character. I would give a 7.5. Everything is about 7. Oh my god. Then we have Aden, Thief of Fire. I remember also that he was tougher with Akno compared to AV, who's a strength character. Oh man, so like AV is such easy mode. But yeah, he's pretty cool and he can be pretty tough as well. He's fun to fight, but nothing too special, so I'm gonna give 7. Oh my god. Okay, we got Mariner, Cavalry, Avatar, blah blah blah. A Crystallion, Ringblade, yeah. There's a Crystallion, I think we also fought them recently with my 3rd character. Yeah, very cool design also, like that they're so tanky at first. And like the sounds they make, like the glass sound is so cool. Also, I like the one with the wheel better than the one with the spare. Yeah, pretty cool design overall. I think they could have done a little bit more with their boss fight, like really make it a little bit, you know, more epic, instead of just putting them in tunnels and such. I'm gonna give them 7.5. Then we have Red Wolf of Radagon in the Academy. Also pretty divided on this one. I gotta say that I enjoy fighting them way more when they are in Nokron. I have also like no problems either on horse or on foot fighting them in Nokron, but for some reason in Raya Lucaria it's always like he always gives me a little bit trouble. Also in the Consecrated Snowfield, I think I didn't encounter him with Akno back then, but recently we finished the Consecrated Snowfield with AV, and you know there's the spot where the wolf is and like several other wolves too, and like you cannot see shit and it's so foggy, and then you just get attacked by every wolf, and it's such this is so fucking bad. This fight really pissed me off. But yeah, regarding the one in Raya Lucaria, it's okay, but not one of my favorites, definitely. So I'm gonna give a 6.5. Then we have Crystallians again, but this time 2 of them in the Crystal Cave. I even don't remember what I gave the single one. I'm gonna give them a 7. And then you have Renala. Yeah, the first time I fought her, I don't know about you guys, but the first time I fought her took pretty long, and also like until we got it that like several of them have the bubbles and the others don't, and like just Akne went around cluelessly and killed all of them. And also like the distance when she's in her second phase, and we were more distant and she was just spamming her magic and we couldn't get close, so we just got our ass kicked until we found out, okay, we have to get a little bit closer, and then it's completely easy. I think we had the Bloodhound Fang back then and we pretty much skipped her second phase, unfortunately, like where she summons all her spirits. So I think she's a pretty cool boss. I think they could have made her tougher, like more HP, definitely. Yeah, and also like the way she talks, and also after the fight, it's pretty like she's in that state. It's really really special. I would give her 7.5. Then we have the Alabaster Lord. Not too special either. Hard to remember, honestly. I'm gonna give him a 7 again. And then we have Royal Revenant as boss? Really? King's Realm Ruins. Are they there as a boss? Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe I skipped them. I don't know really, but yeah, Royal Revenants, super cool, like so creepy, and they're screeching and their movements and everything really cool. Of course tough to fight, but when you're not backpedal it's okay. So I would give them, I'm still not sure if they're really as a boss there or not. Maybe I skipped something, I don't know. But I would give them 7.5. Then we have Loretta in Carrier Manor. For some reason she's way easier than in Elphael. Also like her blade somehow never got me, but in Elphael it always gets me, I don't know why. Yeah, pretty cool fight. Also the pool, and when you see on the map, okay, there's the spot, you know, okay, there's something special. I would give her, not too special though, gonna give her a 7. Oh my god, everyone gets a 7. Okay, then we got the Carrion Knight in Kaku's Everjowl. Okay, I think that's the giant. Yeah, nothing too special about him either, gonna give a 7 again. And what the heck? Okay, they just, okay, now like they put the other layer in the list already, so we're already at Alecto now. Yeah, as you know, I love assassins, and also Alecto is a very cool fight, so I'm gonna give the same rating as I gave the assassins. I don't remember what I gave the assassins in general, but I think they have like 8.5 or so, so definitely. Then we have Spirit Color Snail. Yeah, where the snail summons the Siluria type Crucible Knight. I always go for the Crucible. I don't know, some people may just go for the snail, but I think that defeats the fun a little bit, so I always beat the Crucible Knight first before going for the snail. And actually with my third character we didn't manage to finish the snail, and then the Crucible Knight was there again, and we fought the knight again. Like we did everything simultaneously. I don't think we finished the knight, but then we finished the snail. But it's a cool fight, nothing special. But I'm gonna give it a 6.5 this time. Now we got the Omen Killer. As I'm a big fan of Margit, I don't like this guy. Oh man, but yeah, I like their vibe as well. Like their aura is also big on the list. And also their movements fit really their presence as well, and the mask is really cool. And the weapons fit them as well, so pretty badass design. So I'm gonna give... Also, it's more of like to the sinister side of a boss design, so really cool, so I'm gonna give an 8. Then we got another dragon. Assassin. Bloodhound Knight in Lakeside Crystal Cave. I'm not sure about that one at all. I think like it's similar to Darrowil, right? That's not a boss. Okay, do they have a boss bar? Magma were Makar. I think they have a boss bar, yeah. I like fighting them too. I'm gonna give a 7 again. Okay, now we arrived in Calith. I'm gonna skip all those that I already put together in a category. There's Exekus, I already talked about him too. Then we have Commander O'Neill. The first time I fought him was pretty tedious because Akno stayed on a horse, and we skipped all his summons. That was pretty a mistake. And then with AV I did it properly. We killed all the summons and we fought him on foot, which was definitely more enjoyable. But all in all, he's a pretty tedious fight and I don't like him too much. I like the music, but on the other hand, the music is also annoying me. I don't know. Yeah, not a big fan of this fight, to be honest. I'm gonna give a 5.5. Gotta be more harsh. Okay, now we got the Nox Swordstress and Nox Priest. They also should have been more tanky. Like, this fight is so underwhelming, which is really a shame because their design is really cool. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna give them 6.5, but if they had more HP I would definitely rate him higher. Then we have Black Blade, Kindred in Grail's Dragon Barrow. Also, like, so badass when you arrive there for the first time and then you see this statue there, like I called it a statue. Also high on the aura tier for me. Yeah, pretty cool. Like, he definitely stands out from the other gargoyles, so he's gonna get an 8. Then we have the Falling Star Beast in Stylia Crystal Tunnel. I remember that AV pretty much stomped this one. But yeah, it's a cool fight. I'm gonna give 7.5. But only for this one. I'm not at the other one yet. Then we are at Radahn. Yeah. Very cool boss design, very cool, like the design of the fight. I love that it's like made as a festival and that you can summon all the dudes. Of course with Akno I soloed him, and with AV I summoned I think 3. Was pretty cool. I like the boss arena as well. Also his second phase, which I haven't seen that much of, is also pretty cool. Yeah, also pretty badass boss fight. I like his boss fight. But honestly not standing out too much. For me personally, there's so many fights that I enjoy more. I'm gonna give him a 7.5. Then we have Frenzied Duelist. I think he's similar to the other one that I already mentioned, I'm not sure. Clean Rod Knight. Okay, then there's this Battle Mage. I think that was the boss fight where I first made a Let's Play for the first time. So this is always gonna be in my memory. Yeah, but nothing too special either. I would give him a 7 as always. Then we have the Crystallians, 3 of them in the Celia hideaway. I remember being there way too late with both Akno and AV, so I cannot really judge this fight, how tough it is. But I don't know where, but I read somewhere that they're really tough on very low level.